everything to win. It was an extension of the rivalry of the club and the managers. These two guys were a symbol of that.
What was Arsene Wenger's one biggest strength?
Trust. He trusts his players. He will try to make you make the right decision by yourself, not him telling you what he expects or what he wants you to do.
If he has a weakness, what is it?
That can be a weakness as well, because sometimes as a player you need a good kick in your ass.
If you had one word to describe Sir Alex Ferguson, what would it be?
Ruthless.
What's Sir Alex Ferguson's biggest strength?
I suppose he's ruthless.
What's Sir Alex Ferguson's biggest weakness?
Loyalty.
Arsenal just came from Japan and challenged Alex Ferguson in the press, on the field, building a strong team. United, Ferguson and Joaquin was in a comfortable zone, winning everything all the time. Seeing these people come in and try to challenge them, of course I didn't like it. Because when you win all the time, why you want that to change?
The two words the manager, and he spoke to me about a number of times, was control and power. That was how he worked. I think we can clearly see that because he's still striving for it now, even though he's not a manager. I don't think that will ever leave him. I think there's massive ego involved in that. You know, you have a power and control over people, and then you try and have it over people even when you're not working with them. I suppose the biggest compliment I can give him for all the games I played under him, I always felt he got it right. He always had a good feel for what the group needed, you know, in the sense of it might be a team talk. If a player stepped out of line, he generally got it right. When you're a captain, I suppose the type of character I was, I would obviously push boundaries with certain people, the coaching staff, to always want the best. I think sometimes I got it wrong, absolutely. Sometimes maybe went overboard. I think 9 times out of 10 I got it right, and I think that's not a bad average.
What went wrong then? What was it about the MUTV interview?
Nothing.
That's so upset?
Absolutely.
What do you think it was?
I'm not sure.
For one reason or another, he decided to go and criticise his teammates. And so most of you have not seen that video, but you couldn't release it. We couldn't release it.
I did have to do a video with the club. It's in my contract, where you analyse games. And my game happened to be Middlesbrough 4-1. I had an opportunity to watch this so-called programme that apparently where I slagged everybody off and I spoke wages, and which was nonsense. I said a few comments, to be fair, I think, about Darren Fletcher, about tackling, but almost tongue-in-cheek really about it. But what was important for me is that we managed to watch the DVD together. I got the opportunity to say, look lads, any of you have a problem because of what was getting through the media, exaggerated, and that was important to me.
For Roy, he overstepped his mark. Absolutely overstepped his mark. And there was no other thing we could do.
Sir Alex Ferguson, in his new book, says that interview was a disgrace.
Well, he's wrong with that one. Just because Alex Ferguson says it doesn't mean it's the truth. He's absolutely wrong. Really, what would have helped everybody if they just played the damn video?
He says in his book, Roy had reached the point where you were assuming managerial duties.
Yeah, well, I've been doing that for a number of years in the dressing room. And I think he actually appreciated that. Even in private conversation with people, I always backed the manager. Even when we got beaten, I would say the players need to do better. I never felt for 1 second I was more important than the manager. Absolute nonsense. People think I was ranting and raving every day of my time at Man United. I certainly wouldn't have stayed that long. I certainly wouldn't be given the captaincy of the club, and I don't think we would have won the trophies we won. Generally, the players I was shouting at were the ones I cared about.
Of one confrontation, Sir Alex says in his book, his eyes started to narrow almost to wee black beads. It was frightening to watch.
Well, if you believe that, you believe anything.
Could your battle with Patrick determine which way the match went?
Absolutely, massive influence on it, of course. If I know I'm dominating Patrick, then I know the other players will get a lift, and certainly the supporters will get a lift, and obviously that didn't always happen. And the battles I felt I lost, we generally lost them games.
What was your best performance against Roy?
I think when we won the title at Old Trafford was a really big performance. That was a good performance from Arsenal, for myself, and a bad performance for Roy.
Arsenal had won the FA Cup 4 days earlier. A draw would clinch an historic third double. But this was an opportunity to drive home their new dominance, to make the enemy suffer. What a way to complete the double! What a place to complete the double!
Winning the title at Old Trafford in your own house was something fantastic. We talk about it all week. We're going there not for a draw, for anything. We're going there to win. And I think the way we played, it was a perfect game away from home because we defend really well and we thought scored the winning goal.
I always felt, even as a player, when a team beat you or were the best team, then you hold your hand up. And I think we were